In this episode, I am going to give you 5 tips for filming with your smartphone, a few accessories that you're going to find useful, and one app that is going to help you along the way. If you guys have been paying attention to everything on social media, you'll realise that great content in a video format has the highest levels of engagement above all other mediums. Now, one of the common misconceptions that stop people from even getting started with creating their own video is assuming that you need the highest level of camera gear. This isn't true. You can get started with your camera phone. Your camera phone is more than good enough to create high quality video. It can actually shoot in 4K resolution, which is quite high. What I thought I'd do is put together 5 tips that are going to help you with shooting video from your camera phone. So let's get into it. Now, the first thing that you need to know is the way to hold your phone whenever you're filming. Most people hold it in portrait mode like this. And what happens is you get 2 black lines on the screen come up there and there. That isn't what you want. Nobody likes to see the black lines. What you need to do is hold it in landscape like this. Landscape will give you the full view of the screen, and it will show the viewer everything on the screen rather than just having those 2 black lines. The black lines are annoying. Don't do it. Next, you want to think about stabilising your shots. So what is the best way to stabilise your shots for the type of shots that you want to get? So, if you're holding a phone and you haven't got nothing else to stabilise on, the best thing to do is hold it in landscape and tuck your elbows into your body so you've got a bit of stability and balance coming from your body. Rather than holding your elbows out and you start to judder and shake after you're holding it for a long time. Rather than do that, you keep your elbows in. That just gives you a bit more rest on your arms so that you're able to film a bit better, higher quality of video so it's not shaking as much. Now, if you're shooting something or someone and you do not need to move, you can use something called a monopod or a tripod. And this will just stabilize your shot. This helps you to have a steady shot whenever you're shooting. What you can also get is a grip. This right here is a grip that you can basically attach to your phone and plug into your monopod or your tripod. You can also get a gorilla stand. A gorilla stand is like this. This is a mini one. This is a tiny one compared to the other ones that you can get. You can get one called Joby, which is really good. Casey Neistat actually uses a gorilla pod whenever he's filming because it gives him the flexibility of being able to put something on the ground, get those low perspectives, get those low angle shots, those types of things. GorillaPod allows you to do those types of things and be creative with your shots because it literally folds and grips onto anything. You see how it folds and bends? It literally grips onto anything. So you can put that anywhere to get the shots that you need to get. If you're filming action shots or anything like that where the subject is moving and you have to follow the subject and actually move, your best bet is to use a Steadicam. A Steadicam of some kind. A Steadicam is basically something that balances your phone or a camera and allows you to run and stabilizes it for you so the shakes aren't as blatant. It does take practice and it takes a lot of skill, but one of the examples of a Steadicam used well is Devon Supertramp. If you check out his videos, he does some amazing videos and he does some action-packed videos where he's running and chasing something, chasing people over roofs, those types of things. And all his shots are more or less perfectly steady because he uses a Steadicam. Now, they're not easy to use, but if you practice with them and get the right angles and get used to them and get familiar with it, it's easy to use. Now, let's look at lighting. I'm not going to get into the technicalities of 3-point lighting and studio lighting. I'm going to keep this real basic. Now, as a rule of thumb, you can use the palm of your hand to see the direction that the light is coming, where is getting the most light. And what you do, you put your subject wherever the most light is. So if the most light is there, then you put your subject there and you film facing your subject. That way, you get the best image of your subject because the light is shining on them, not over them or behind them, because that gives a dramatic effect. You want to complement your subject as much as you can because people are already conscious of how they look on video. I may do a video on 3-point lighting in the future. Now let's look at audio. Audio is the downfall of most smartphones. Smartphones are designed to hold next to your head. I mean, you don't walk around speaking to your smartphone like that, do you? I mean, FaceTime, but you know, no, you just don't. Now, you're gonna need some accessories. The mic that I use when I'm just filming myself to capture my own sound is a directional mic. So I will use a directional mic that faces the direction of the sound where I'm speaking, and it will pick up my sound just fine. Now, you can get these for mobile phones. Rode do a very good directional mic for mobile phones, and they're quite affordable as well. I'll link them up. If you're filming more than one subject and you want to capture sound from multiple sources, then lavalier mics are your best bet. Lavalier mics are the ones that you see attached to people's collars, often in interviews. A good source for this is Rode. Rode have got a Smart Lav Plus, which is a really good mic, which I'll link up again. And just to confirm, I am not sponsored to say Rode mic. I'm not sponsored by them. They just make really good products. The last tip is, whenever you're shooting, shoot in sequences. Shoot for the edit. Now, when you shoot in sequences, it's, say if you want the opening scene to whatever it is that you're filming, you shoot that first. You don't begin with the end or the middle or something in between. You start from the start of your story to the end of your story. This makes editing workflow a lot faster, and it helps you put the story together and change things up if you want to change things up, but at least it's in the story format that you need. Now, the app that I recommend using whenever you're shooting with your smartphone is Pro Camera. Pro Camera is powerful because it allows you to go to advanced settings, but also to keep things basic if you want. So if you're a point and shoot and that's all you want to know, that's fine. It enables you to do that. But as you grow and you start to learn more advanced methods like depth of field, ISOs and all that type of stuff, it also gives you that option. So it enables you to grow. You can grow with the app. Now, it's that time of the show where I'll give a shout out to Agora Pulse, my social media management tool of choice.